Hello everyone, my name is Salwa Melati sekarang Lambikan Nintias and my last student number is 063. Today I will presenting my adjudication for British parliamentary debate for the motion this house would impose a significant tax on vacant housing. I've carefully observed on the debate and I've assessed all four teams based on the British parliamentary adjudication standard, a matter which looks at the quality of arguments and rebuttals, manner which focuses on fluency and persuasiveness, and the method which covers role fulfillment and strategic structure. I'll also be sharing the final team ranking along with my justification and feedback for each bench. So after evaluating the overall content and a strategy of the debate, here is my final team ranking. The first place is closing opposition, the second is opening government, the third is opening opposition, and the last is closing government. So I ranked closing opposition first because they provided the most comprehensive and impactful argumentation in the entire debate. They clearly explained the unintended consequences of the tax, especially how it could lead to gentrification and increase inequality and displacement of vulnerable groups such as migrant workers and the middle class. Their extension went beyond what opening opposition already said and showed a deeper understanding of the economic and social dynamics at play. In the second place, we have opening government. They have a strong moral framing of the debate by highlighting the urgency of housing inequality and the need for redistribution through taxing the rich. Their argument was persuasive in terms of values. However, their weakness was the lack of a clear explanation of how the policy would be implemented and how the revenue would be allocated. This gap was successfully attacked by both opposition teams. For opening opposition, opening opposition came in the third. They were able to identify flaws the government's plan, especially in terms of market distribution and investor behavior. While their responses were logical, they lacked depth and didn't fully develop the long-term impacts of their claims. They could have done more to provide their side offer better protection for the housing market and vulnerable groups. Lastly, the closing government ranked fourth, while they attempt to bring in new perspectives such as reducing speculations and improving houses access in the long term. Their case lacked solid development and failed to directly engage with the strong criticism from a closing opposition. Their contribution didn't significantly shift or strengthen the government bench overall. So now I will do the team feedback. Starting with the opening government, I think they did well in framing housing of the moral issues and emphasizing the importance of helping vulnerable communities by taxing the rich. Their speech was confident and structured, and they laid a strong foundation for the debate. However, they didn't clearly explain how the tax revenue would be used to benefit a housing market, and this left a major hole in their case. They also needed to prepare better responses to the opposition's market-related concerns. For opening oppositions, they made a strong start by questioning the feasibility of the tax policy and raising valid concerns about investor behavior. They showed that the policy could backfire or fail to achieve its goals, but their arguments would have been stronger if they had gone deeper into the economic and social consequences. Also, using specific examples or comparisons could have made their case more persuasive and relatable. The next is closing government. Closing government tried to offer new arguments about social and impact long-term outcomes which is a good sign of trying to extend the bench. Their delivery was smooth and calm, which made the speech pleasant to follow. But unfortunately, their content didn't go far enough beyond what opening government had already brought. And they made several changes to directly challenge the economic harms mentioned by closing opposition. To be more competitive, they needed to offer a unique and stronger contribution. And then finally, closing opposition stood out the most. They gave detailed and strategic arguments about how this tax could worsen housing inequality and pushing poor and middle class people out of urban areas. They not only extended the opening opposition's case but also clearly explained why their side of the house would lead to better access and balance in housing distribution. Some parts of their delivery were a bit repetitive, and their summary could have been more concise, but overall, they were the most complete team in this round. So, overall, this was a high quality debate with meaningful contribution for all teams. Each speaker has something valuable to offer, and I really enjoyed watching the discussion unfold. Congratulations to everyone, especially to closing opposition for delivering the stronger case and winning this round based on both substance and strategy. Thank you and good luck for your next debates.